bourbon-infused coffee in collaboration with Southern Distilling Company. Visit blackpowdercoffee.com or stop by and see us at 261 Rolling Hill Road in Mooresville. Black Powder Coffee.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Welcome to Community Centered, a show that features people in the community doing good things. Now, here are your hosts, Debbie O'Handley and Margi Kyle.
Welcome, welcome. Hey, my friend Margi, how are you on this hot Tuesday?
I think I'm hot.
Yeah, it has been brutal out there, hasn't it?
Yes, and our pool has been so crowded I can't get in it.
Oh,
and then once you get in it, it's hot.
Well, go jump in the lake, Margi, okay?
God,
would you?
I never thought of that.
That would be awesome.
I didn't want to till they found that swimmer.
Oh, terrible. That was just terrible. It really kind of cast a sadness and a heaviness over the weekend. But
did anybody find out who it was? They're
No.
not releasing the name.
No, not yet. No, but you know what? There's a certain respect that happens when something like that goes on. And so to the family and friends, we would just let them know that we're praying for them and thinking about them at this tragic time, because the lake is such a beautiful place. And we want to make sure that people are being safe and doing the right thing. So let's talk about some happy stuff.
Okay.
How was your 4th of July?
Well, it was very unusual.
Okay.
I listened to, I think, thunder and lightning instead of fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a very interesting Friday. I'm forming a new group of women.
Another group of women,
know,
Margi.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That are doing unusual things to better other women.
Okay, love it.
And I got a call from Jagu, I believe is her name, and she is an energy healer. She is into meditation, Reiki, and she was a nurse.
Okay.
And what she wanted me to do was talk into my phone. She recorded it for 15 seconds, and it produced 4 pages of all the things that were driving me crazy and that I was doing well at.
Okay.
Down to stop eating dairy, cheese, oats, da-da-da-da-da. She thinks she could probably even heal my vertigo in my ear.
And all of this from a phone recording?
Yeah.
I think we need to have her as a guest.
Yes. Oh, I plan on it. So she played the music, which was very soothing, and then different colors of 4 different colors flash on: purple, pink, yellow, and lime green. And you're supposed to listen to that music twice a day for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I must say it was very healing.
Really? You look a little bit lighter today. How's your vertigo?
A little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I got some hot pink silk sheets, which I was afraid I was going to fall out of, and slept on those so that I knew that the energy from color is very healing.
You have been on a journey.
I have been, and it was fun.
Yeah. It's been a journey of self-discovery. It's been a journey of healing and a journey of just quieting.
Well, even my high school friend, who I talk to at least 3 times a week, there are 4 of us that talk all the time, and we've kept up our friendship, which is wonderful.
Lovely.
And he said to me, "Your voice sounds different."
Okay.
I went, "You picked up on that?" And I told him what I had just gone through, and he said, "It's working."
You know, one of the things that we talk about all the time at Hope House to our guests is find your self-care journey. Find whatever it is that heals you or helps you to calm yourself and calm your mind. And so I fully support you in whatever you do. And I'm curious and interested now, so I think we need to have her
I
as a
have asked
guest.
her already.
For sure.
So now I have to call her on Thursday,
Okay.
which will be a week, and she records it again
Oh,
and does a whole nother one so that she can see what I'm doing, not right, but what I still need to work on and what's working.
are you meaning mean to tell me that you are a work in progress, Miss Margi Kyle?
Absolutely. Aren't we all?
We all are. I love when you go to the Billy Graham Center and Anne Graham's headstone is there, and it says on it, construction complete. And
Oh,
I feel like that is we're always constructing,
that's
right?
right.
We're always
Yeah.
reinventing ourselves and always trying to figure
Well,
out
you
who
never
we are.
can stop learning.
No, never,
And I
never.
think we were talking about it today before the show.
hmm
How people are just scattered right now.
Right now, there's a lot of turmoil going on.
And to take time to sit quietly for 10 minutes is a blessing for me.
And a practice.
Yeah.
You have to practice
Yeah.
doing that. You have to
I
make
could
that
all of a
part
sudden feel my whole body just,
lovely,
wow.
lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to meet that person.
You will.
I do want to remind our listeners that we are now presented by the McIntosh Law Firm. What an honor
Yes.
to be presented by him for us. If anyone is not familiar with McIntosh Law Firm out of Davidson, they are a wonderful group of attorneys, and they are all community-minded.
Yes.
So each one of the attorneys gets involved in a different non-for-profit organization and takes on a huge interest and a
Yes.
huge investment in that. So I want to remind anyone that if they need any attorneys or need to talk to somebody about any law issues, to reach out to the McIntosh Law Firm located in Davidson. And we are, again, delighted to be presented by them, the Margie and Debbie Show, which we like to say community centered
Thank
is all
heavens
about.
we don't have to dance or sing.
Lord help us, Margie.
No, them, the viewers.
Don't give Bill or Joe any ideas, okay? Because that is not good. But anyway, we know here at Community Centered, our job is to put hope back in the headlines and
Yes.
to help put smiles on people's faces. And today our guests are two ladies that do that. And I am excited for our listeners to meet them. They probably aren't even aware of the impact that they have in our community and what they do. And we talked a long time ago about if you just throw a pebble into a lake, the ripple effect that it has. But these ladies are really passionate about the work that they do, and I'm excited for our listeners to hear from them and to be introduced to them. And so, again, I want to remind our callers or our listeners that if they want to call in, 844-STUDIO-4 is our number here. Margie and I would be excited to take your call as well as our guests. And you don't even know who they are, so...
And we're going to keep you in suspense.
We love to do that. So when we come back from break, you're going to be introduced to these lovely women. But in the meantime, again, give the studio a call. We would love to take your phone call. And in the interim, if you need to, WSIC now has a new app. So we want to get our listeners to download that app so you can always go back and listen to Margie and I later on in the day if you can't be here live. We're also on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube.
And I noticed that our guests from last week, Books on the Move, were on Facebook all the time after that show.
Oh, that's so awesome to see that, sometimes it just sounds like we're just talking to each other, having a good time, but we're actually doing something and people
Well, we're doing both.
Yes, people are out there afterwards following up and doing their part on keeping us alive. So
And they were at a
awesome.
very frustrated point.
Yes.
And we both said to them, it happens in a
All
nonprofit.
non-for-profits in their world will know, and we will hear more about that from our guests when we come back today, because maybe they've experienced burnout too. You never know. I mean, or maybe they're just new in their endeavors here and just so excited that they're just energized by the work that they're going to do. But
I hope so.
yeah, I hope so. It happens. It happens when you're a doer and a giver. We all sometimes need a little encouragement. So when we come back from our break, we are going to be introduced to Andrea Ervay and Lisa Jonap with the North Neck Women's Club.
Good.
We'll be back shortly.
There's more Community Centered, presented by McIntosh Law and hosted by Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on the way from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, it's just about as humid as it gets around here. It's staying grossly humid for a while. You factor that in with low and mid-90s for high temperatures today. Feels like temperatures, heat index values could reach up into the triple digits. So dangerous heat if you're outside and you're not careful. A lot of folks still need some rain even after a lot of that over the weekend, especially the farms and outlying spots. No guarantees, but some better chances with scattered pop-up thunderstorms in the forecast each afternoon this week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Serenity Now Massage Therapy.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. This Thursday, July 11th, Untethered Soul makes their Langtree Live debut. The band is a unique, creative, soulful reimagination of the music that shaped American culture. Grab your chairs and head to Langtree in Mooresville for the 7 p.m. performance of Untethered Soul with frontman Nick Prestia. This Friday, Trailers of the East Coast in Mocksville present the Wilson Strong Cookout. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., stop by for a barbecue plate and sides in support of Matt Wilson. We'll see you at Trailers of the East Coast in Mocksville this Friday to support Matt with the Wilson Strong Cookout. On Friday, Envision rocks Liberty Park in downtown Mooresville. This first-class dynamic vocal group delivers a high-energy stage show complete with professional choreography and silky smooth harmonies. Liberty Park in downtown Mooresville welcomes you to the Envision concert on Friday night. The Kane Center for the Arts Week 5 of summer camps begins Monday, July 15th. Morning and afternoon camps for ages 4 to 15 include ceramics, drawing, painting, mosaic, mixed media art, and more. The Davidson Community Players present Footloose the Musical on August 8th, 9th, and 10th. For more information on summer camp programs and the theater schedule and tickets, visit canearts.org. That's C-A-I-N arts.org. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series heats up the track each week at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 10-race series night number 8 is on Tuesday, July 16th. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets, details, and information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Now back to Community Centered, presented by Macintosh Law, only on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back. I am thrilled to be here. And I asked all of you the other day, what does WSIC stand for? Nobody knew, including us. We serve Iredale County. Again, I would like to thank Macintosh, their local legal law firm, for their support in supporting us. I am thrilled today to meet and introduce a new friend. We worked together for LKN Connect, and that's where we met. We're both into helping women. Andrea Ervay is with Team Lacrosse Academy. That's your nonprofit. And we'll talk on the last segment about your other job. But tell us, I was fascinated by this Team Lacrosse Academy. You do a lot of mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what our acronym stands for. Team is Together Educating Athletes Through Mentorship. So we help female athletes, empower them through the sport of lacrosse and other mentorship opportunities. We have a lot of girls that come back when they're in college or after college and intern with us, help us to coach, and it's just really cool to see it go full circle, the whole mentorship aspect.
What a way to help them grow and mature and become leaders in a very different and positive way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Andrea, what does a mentor mean to you?
Great question. I think that everyone should have a mentor. First of all, it's someone that, is kind of a couple steps ahead of you, that has been there and can kind of guide you on your journey. And, everyone's journey is unique. But I think just having somebody that can give some advice and maybe some positive encouragement is always helpful. But it's just a really cool opportunity to, share experiences and lead. That's how I feel like a mentor is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I always had mentors in the design industry, and I'll never forget one boy he'd been with me about 2 months. And I asked him to do a couple things in the back and look for some wallpaper. And he walked out the door and said, I'm never going to do this ever, ever, ever again. And I said, well, you did learn a major part.
Right.
Now you move on and find what you do love.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. So it doesn't always work out as you might expect, but that's just as positive
You just gave me a Devil Wears Prada kind of visual there. Were you being gentle with him?
Very much so.
Okay.
Although he did tell his teacher I was Air Canada. You get in the car with her, she step on gas, and we fly. So I think I might have scared him to death.
I love it.
Andrea, are the lacrosse high school level lacrosse, or are they like the only thing I can think of in basketball is what they call AAU? So
youth, yeah. So it's K through 12. We have it's elementary, middle school, high school, and we have rec programs in Cornelius, Huntersville, all the way down to South Charlotte, Matthews area, and we have actually Fayetteville now too. So we're looking to expand and just share the love of the sport, and the passion behind it is it's a really cool community. I still play even though I'm old, but we go to post-collegiate older than before I was.
And so is that what got you started in this, is because you love that sport?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played all sports growing up, but lacrosse was really like I said, that community really drew me in. Okay. And so played that in college, and then went off to coach youth, and then coached college, and started the nonprofit in 2017. And it's been a really fun journey.
So how did you start the nonprofit? What was the impetus behind that?
Well, we started the Lacrosse Academy because there were a lot of girls that were getting cut from all these elite teams, and they still wanted to play. So we started a rec program actually out in San Diego. I was coaching at UC San Diego at the time, and we just started going into different schools that didn't have lacrosse and sharing our sticks and balls. They didn't even know what they were a lot of times. And so we were just looking to spread, knowledge of the game. And that has evolved into, more of the mentorship piece. And then we started the nonprofit a year after the academy to provide scholarships for the girls that couldn't play. Or couldn't afford to play, I should say. So that's near and dear to my heart is, providing those girls opportunities that don't have that financial discourse.
Mm-hmm. That's lovely. I love that idea.
I do too. It's such a different nonprofit.
People don't understand when folks can't afford those kind of things, right? What impact that makes them. It's such a self-esteem thing too. Mm-hmm. And I love that you're leveling the playing field for folks and giving them an opportunity that they might not have. And that's, sometimes we do that at Hope House. We expose them to things that they wouldn't normally have out in the real world.
That's right.
And I applaud you for doing that, because that's important in their development.
Well, the
and
kids
important
just
in their
need to
relationships.
feel normal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is such a beautiful thing that you've done. What kind of things do you need? What our listeners are listening. How can they get involved? What do you need?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking to expand into other sports in the area too. Lacrosse obviously has been my passion for over 2 decades now, but I see that there are a lot of underserved areas that don't have sports or even cutting sports programs. So any way that we can help get kids involved off the streets and playing. One of my values is play. I love to get kids out there, and any way that we can do that with equipment, ways that you can volunteer and help with different organizations. There's plenty out there that are looking for coaches to help. So I think that's a good way to get involved. And, I would love to give scholarships too for athletes who are going on to play in college, or even just, want to go to college and they don't have those means too. So I have some big goals with the foundation.
That's awesome.
Would love the support.
And you are the founder of Team Success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
and coaching business people and business women.
Yeah, that's kind of evolved.
They can just go from the sports to what they want to do in their career, and you can help them with that as well.
Yeah.
Every woman that comes to Hope House, we ask them to start to dream again, to catch their breath and dream.
Yeah.
And every single one of them puts down a goal as owning their own business. Yeah. And it can be anything from, lately we've seen a lot of them that want a transitional housing shelter, which is, hey, no problem, here you go. But I think we spoke during the break about one woman, but every single woman has that dream, I think, of being her own boss, of being her own leader. And again, I want to applaud you on that, because that's critical.
It is.
That is so critical in other women. Even when, you call yourself old, you are hardly old. But
Older.
I think, and like Margie, like reinventing yourself and keeping that alive.
Oh,
and
I
keeping
thought you were
the
going to say
dream.
I was really old.
Margie, you're full of it today. You're
am.
full of fireworks. I think
Yes.
some got on you.
These things are going through my head.
Yeah, but no, I think that's really awesome that you offer that. And it's serendipitous, too, that you're here with our other guest, Leslie, because, this is what they do. They want to support other women in the community, and education is important to them, too, which we're going to hear about when we get to talk with her. But I think that, other women need to support other women.
Yes.
We need to
100%.
come
Very much
alongside of
so.
each other and,
Yeah.
and not be so catty and nasty to each other. And by the way, for those of you that are listening, a lacrosse ball makes a really good foot roller.
It does.
It is a very hard ball, and I have one underneath my desk that I roll my feet on, especially during grant writing season when we're under the gun on some of those things. So again, many, many thanks to you. How would someone get in touch with you?
Yeah, so they can go to our website, teamlaxacademy.com, TEAMLAX Academy, ACADEMY. Did I spell that right?
You did.
.com. Or they can simply reach out to me. My email address is hello@AndreaErvay.com. So AndreaErvay.
Very cool.
I like the hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hello,
That is
Andrea.
nice.
What's the origin of lacrosse?
Oh, it's the oldest sport
I didn't
in
know that.
oldest sport in North America. So it's a really fascinating story because and I hope to do this justice. The Indians used to play it in wars to kind of settle some skirmishes, and they would take this game to a whole new level with sticks and rocks, and it was just the way that they were dealing with war. And so it has evolved into this really cool game that you may or may not have seen, but the guys are a little bit more brutal. They're allowed to hit. Girls, it's considered non-contact. We do not hit each other. We can tap the stick, but it's it's the oldest sport in North America.
Do you play it on a soccer field or on a football field, or there is a lacrosse field?
Yeah, so it's essentially like a football field.
Okay.
And in fact, the girls' field is a little bit bigger than the boys' field. But it's about the same.
Very
same
cool.
size as the football field.
Fast moving sport.
Yeah. And you can play it indoor, and there's 3v3 and there's box lacrosse, and there's tons of variations of it. But we're actually getting a new team here, a professional team down in Charlotte. So
wow,
it'll be really cool to go watch some games down at the American Legion Stadium.
Male or female?
It'll be a male
Okay.
team. Yeah.
Very cool. I think you have to start with the men. And then
I mean,
the
there's
women.
professional women's teams too, but not here in Charlotte yet.
And it's not like an Olympic sport or anything, is
It will be next Olympics, 2028.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Or-
amazing.
Yes, I believe 2028 in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Oh, what fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. I know the Olympics are getting all ready in Paris. I have friends who are there, said it's
Yes.
all about the Olympics
had
in
friends
Paris
there,
right
too.
now. So that is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you are doing a marvelous thing in our community. I want to
Oh,
thank
thank
you for
you.
putting hope back in the community with a smile, and letting other women know that there's an opportunity for them to mentor or coach or come alongside of you to help
Absolutely.
grow our young ladies into fine, confident women that can
I think it's excellent.
really make a contribution. So
Yes.
I want to thank you. And I know we're going to be talking
you.
to you at the last break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking with Miss Lisa Jonap from the North Meck Women's Club. And I know she has a lot to say too. And I think there's some overlap here. So you're going to be able to jump in anytime too. So when we come back from break, we'll see you then.
Awesome. Thank you.
Macintosh Law presents Community Centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle. Coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, it's just about as humid as it gets around here, and staying grossly humid for a while. You factor that in with low and mid 90s for high temperatures today. Feels like temperatures, heat index values could reach up into the triple digits. So dangerous heat if you're outside and you're not careful. A lot of folks still need some rain even after a lot of that over the weekend, especially the farms and outlying spots. No guarantees, but some better chances with scattered pop-up thunderstorms in the forecast each afternoon this week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageandWellness.com, with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
If you're a builder and you haven't went to Little Shaver's Wood Shop, you're missing all types of lumber products, hard to find woods and paneling materials that are in stock and ready to help you conquer anything the job throws your way. Locally owned, Little Shaver's Wood Shop has a friendly, knowledgeable staff to get you in, out, and on with your day. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, 3301 Salisbury Highway in Statesville. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, LILshavers.com. Horn Heating and Air Conditioning is looking for HVAC rock stars. If you want to work for a company that values its employees with great pay and benefits, then give Horn Heating and Air Conditioning a try. Horn Heating and Air Conditioning, hornhvac.com.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. For the first time ever, foreign-owned automakers churned out more vehicles here in the U.S. than Detroit's Big Three did. That means Toyota, VW, Mercedes, Hyundai, and other non-U.S. brands, many of them in southern right-to-work non-union states, outbilled GM, Ford, and Stellantis 4.9 million to 4.6 million vehicles. Meantime, prices on used vehicles decreasing again in June, down nearly 9% from a year ago, the lowest in 3 years, according to Manheim Auctions. There were indications today from the head of the Federal Reserve that a slowing U.S. labor market and easing inflation could signal interest rate cuts may be nearing. Not yet, though. The Fed still needs more strong data. And with that, Wall Street mixed and little move today. The Dow is down about 0.1%. The Nasdaq and the S&P both up a small fraction each. And officials in Singapore are approving 16 species of insects, including crickets, grasshoppers, mealworms, for human consumption. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Call 844-STUDIO-4 now to join the community center discussion on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Presented by Macintosh Law.
Welcome back to Community Centered. I'm your host, Debbie O'Hanley, with my friend Margi Kyle, and we just listened to Andrea Ervay with Team Success. Well done. We want to give her another shout out for the contributions she's making to our community. And we have an equally as lovely guest with us, Miss Leslie Jonap with the North Mech Women's Club. Now, I know some things about them because I was a member and I'm also a non-for-profit that they have supported, but I'm going to pretend like I don't know anything, Lisa, so that you can let our listeners and perhaps our callers know, what is it? Who are the North Mech Women's Club?
So the North Mecklenburg Women's Club is an amazing group of women, about 230 right now members. who support local women and children's charities. And we do that in Mecklenburg and about 5 surrounding counties. And we do it in what I consider to be a really unique way, in that we do fundraisers, and so we provide grants through a process that's open right now. And we also do hands-on fundraising. So we look at our club as a kind of 3 pillars. So we do fundraising, we do hands-on volunteering, and then we do member activities. So we're not just a social club, we're not just a fundraising organization. We're really unique in the community. And we do a lot of our fundraising through fun activities, smaller, what we call make money grow events. Someone may open their home and have a tiny martini party, or they may
Margi, that's
yeah, they may have pumpkin painting around the holidays, or just a variety of activities, a sip and shop. And then we have larger fundraisers like a Trivia Italiano or Tacos and Trivia.
And
our normal
poker. You used to have a poker night.
That was one of our larger activities.
Yeah.
We haven't had that in a few years, but we're always looking at new ideas. In November, we have a market day. In December, we have our annual Red, White, and Green, which is just a blast. And unless you've experienced it, it's hard to understand. But we do fundraise in a variety of ways, and many, many of our members, we all volunteer to work it, support it, and make donations for it. So food, like for trivia and stuff like that.
I remember when I was new to the community, I was looking for a way to connect with women. I happened to live in Northstone, and someone said to me, "Oh, do you know about the North Mecklenburg Women's Club?" I was like, "No." And they said, I said, "I don't want the welcome wagon or anything like that." They said, "No, go meet these women." So I went in the evening, and there were not that many women, but I went then. And these were women that had been in this club for years. They were so involved. They knew everything about each other's families. Their friendships had been forged. And I thought, you know what? This is a place where I want to get connected. And so I joined, and I had the wonderful opportunity to meet a lot of other non-for-profits in the community at the time. And at that time, Margie, I, like you, I was new in the community. I was looking to reinvent myself. Where did I want to serve? So I went and volunteered at Caterpillar Ministries and at Habitat for Humanity and at Hope House.
Yeah.
And I became a volunteer at Hope House before I became employed there. And it was because I had gotten involved with North Meck Women's Club. So I know that these are women that you don't want to mess with.
They're very dedicated.
These are Southern women that we say bear watching, because when they talk about fundraising and their heart for the community, they do a deep dive on getting involved. And I know from the perspective of Hope House, not only do they contribute, but they once a month prepare a meal for our residents, and they serve it. And it is a home style meal, like meatloaf, mashed potatoes, fruit salad, or whatever. And the residents of Hope House, I wish they could stay sometimes for the meal to see the reaction, because generally if we're going to have a meal, it's pizza or spaghetti or something like that. But the fact that it's homemade, and their comments generally are, they must really love us because they made meatloaf, or they must really love us because they roasted a chicken, like some kind of crazy thing like that. But it demonstrates to our women that there is a cheerleading team outside of Hope House in our community that's saying, you can do it.
Right.
And just one simple meal that sometimes lasts for days because they can take the leftovers reminds them again and again that someone cared enough about them to make something warm for them and their family, so they don't have to worry about dinner when they come home, is a wonderful thing that they do. And I know my other non-for-profit sisters and brothers in the community would say the same thing, that the impact they make is not only financial, but lasting in their contributions for volunteers and activities and things that they do. So tell us, Miss President, what are some of your goals for the upcoming year with them?
So I have this little tagline that I always say, because I was membership chair for the last 2 years. And I say our members matter because our mission matters. And we could not complete our mission without our members. And so we have steadily increased our membership, and I'd like to see that continue. As I was mentioning earlier, we have a lot of younger members, women that are just retiring and getting involved, people that are moving here, women that are still working. So we're looking at those volunteer opportunities. How can we have them in the evening or on the weekends? and more of a variety of volunteer activities. Hope House happens to be one of my personal favorites. The little house manager's son always comes up and gives me a big hug, and it just makes my week. He is the best. But we also do tutoring. We support Bags of Hope by packing the bags for food insecure families in schools. We do Bridge of Hearts and the birthday blessing bags. We volunteer at Angels and Sparrows and Feed NC and mentoring at Caterpillar Ministry. So there's just a variety of different opportunities. So we're hoping to expand that this year because we have more members and we need more opportunities. What a great problem to have, to find more things to be able to do. And then we're looking at doing more of the smaller fundraisers. We found that putting on a big gala is lovely for the people who attend, but it's really, really a lot of work for not as much monetary benefit as you would expect because you have a higher outlay. And so we're coming up with all sorts of interesting and new ideas for smaller fundraisers so we can continue to support the charities. You asked me earlier how many charities we supported. Last year we raised $92,500 with our small little organization.
Wow.
And all of that money went to 25 charities in Mecklenburg and the surrounding counties, 5 surrounding counties.
So that was a question. So you're called the North Mecklenburg Women's Club, but does that mean you only fund North Mecklenburg or?
No, we this past year we funded 5 counties outside of Mecklenburg County. So Iredell, Gaston, Cabarrus. I can't remember off the top of my head the other counties, but we counted it up 5 other charities that were outside of Mecklenburg. And so we're actually working on a new tagline that kind of explains that. We do get that question, but so that's something we've been doing over the summer. What's our tagline so that people understand we do more than just Mecklenburg?
So I know it's not too late for those people, wink, wink, Margie, who are sitting next to me, that you are now, your grant application process is live. So people can visit your website and go pull that grant application. Margie, you can do it. It's only due on Monday, and you got this. I have full faith in you, and I know our friend Andrea is going to be applying as well. What would you say to folks who are a grant person and they're looking to be funded by you? What would be some of the takeaways for you as someone that, because it's my understanding that the whole club votes, right, on some?
If the club has input. It's primarily a board. The appropriations team comes together, provides those suggestions. They do a lot of work, hours and hours looking over. I think it was 40 applications last year.
Wow.
It's a lot. Making sure that they meet the requirements that we've set forth for a grant. And then the board comes together. We have several meetings, discussions around it, and then it's put forth to the membership as here's what we recommend. And
what's that website?
Oh, our website is nmwclub.org. And so that's where you would want to go to look for that grant application.
I know we have
the instructions.
A little over a minute, and I know you can do it. How would someone attend a meeting if they wanted to?
Oh, yeah. So we start our meetings back up. We take a break during the summer, but we start our meetings in September. There is on our website, nmwclub.org, there is a Join Us button, and you can that comes right into our club email, and it's checked regularly multiple times during the day by me, but also by our membership chair, and we can get them set up to attend a meeting, whatever they're interested in.
Trust
we have
and
day
believe.
And evening.
Yeah, if you're looking for a good time, these are the ladies you want to get with, especially the red, white, and green, which is in December and usually led by Denise Carter, who is famous for her contributions to this, where they raise a lot of money and have a lot of
done a
fun.
beautiful job.
And I want to thank you for the contributions that your club has made to our community as well. I know
it's
a
our
lot
members.
Of our non-for-profits brothers and sisters would say how amazing it's been to be a recipient on your end. So when we come back from break, we're going to be talking with both ladies, and they're going to give us some more information about their wonderful organizations,
Feel free to call in.
Team Success, and the North Mecklenburg Women's Club. We are here for you. You can always call 844-STUDIO-4, and we will take your call.
Call 844-STUDIO-4 now to join the Community Center discussion on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Presented by Macintosh Law.
Well, it's just about as humid as it gets around here and staying grossly humid for a while. You factor that in with low and mid-90s for high temperatures today. Feels like temperatures, heat index values can reach up into the triple digits. So dangerous heat if you're outside and you're not careful. A lot of folks still need some rain even after a lot of that over the weekend, especially the farms and outlying spots. No guarantees, but some better chances with scattered pop-up thunderstorms in the forecast each afternoon this week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. This Thursday, July 11th, Untethered Soul makes their Langtree Live debut. The band is a unique, creative, soulful reimagination of the music that shaped American culture. Grab your chairs and head to Langtree in Mooresville for the 7 p.m. performance of Untethered Soul with frontman Nick Prestia. This Friday, Trailers of the East Coast in Mocksville present the Wilson Strong Cookout. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., stop by for a barbecue plate and sides in support of Matt Wilson. We'll see you at Trailers of the East Coast in Mocksville this Friday to support Matt with the Wilson Strong Cookout. On Friday, Envision rocks Liberty Park in downtown Mooresville. This first-class dynamic vocal group delivers a high-energy stage show complete with professional choreography and silky smooth harmonies. Liberty Park in downtown Mooresville welcomes you to the Envision concert on Friday night. The Kane Center for the Arts Week 5 of summer camps begins Monday, July 15th. Morning and afternoon camps for ages 4 to 15 include ceramics, drawing, painting, mosaic, mixed media art, and more. The Davidson Community Players present Footloose the Musical on August 8th, 9th, and 10th. For more information on summer camp programs and the theater schedule and tickets, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series heats up the track each week at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 10-race series night number 8 is on Tuesday, July 16th. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets, details, and information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Community Centered, proudly presented by Macintosh Law, continues now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back. This hour has just flown by, as do all of them. We would love call-ins at 844-STUDIO-4. And I am going to ask Andrea, what do you do for LKN Connect?
Yeah, so we are starting a business spotlight Thursday segment where I'm going to be interviewing small business owners here in the Lake Norman area.
Okay.
And just sharing their stories and the impact that they're making in the community. So I'm excited to talk to local leaders, and they can reach out just on LKN Connect.
So if I have an up-and-coming business, and I want to be in contact with you, what do I do?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can go to the website, lknconnectcommunity.com. You can email me, hello@andreaervay.com.
Okay,
and would love to set up, some time to meet, whether it's at your business or you can come to my co-working space over at Six Work, or we can do a Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are many ways that you can do it.
Yeah.
You are a busy lady.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of hats.
I think
It keeps
you
me going. I love it.
What do you do for rest?
I definitely need my downtime. When, we just had that really long weekend, I had to, Friday, I put myself in timeout. I had, fireworks Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday, timeout. And then got back at it again on Saturday.
For you.
Cool fireworks, all the fun things.
the fun. Yeah.
But I definitely need my rests.
Well, everybody does, really.
That's really important. We were talking about that with last week's guest. They run a beautiful non-for-profit, Books on the House, and they were sort of lamenting to us about how hard it is and how, they don't take a break, and you will fizzle and burn out if you do not practice really good self-care. And that's one of the things that we have to prescribe at Hope House to our moms too, is to just find some way to take a break.
That's right.
I think it's important. Margie and I are always reminding each other how that we need to be doing that, because it's okay to step away and take a breath for sure. Yeah. But again, you're doing amazing things, so don't burn out, because our community needs you.
Oh no, I Believe me, I've figured out how to delegate. I have some amazing interns. I can manage. I've learned how to balance. It's really, there's no balance. It's more like harmony, right? You just have to learn how to
And
flow
delegate.
and delegate.
Delegate
Yes, absolutely.
is really important, that you tell people where you want to go.
Mhm.
Good leaders.
Yes.
Good leaders tell other people where to go. So applaud for you. You're doing marvelous work. Miss Lisa, let's talk about some fun stuff that the North Mecklenburg Women's Club does. The social stuff. So fun.
Yeah, I think that's really important. As I mentioned, it's such a unique club because it offers those three different things. And that fellowship with the members when you have at those social events, whether it's the meetings or, monthly book clubs or monthly mahjong or monthly canasta or outings and lunch bunches. We even have started getting together for a little fellowship after we deliver at Hope House, which has really turned out to be fun. The smaller groups, I mean, we are a large group, 227.
That's a
So,
large group.
smaller groups getting together is where you really build those friendships. And when I was still working, I only could do the book club, but I made some really good friends in the club.
These women have been together for a very long time. I remember when the Halloween, they would do the witches Halloween hats or whatever they call them, witches hat party. And I know women that were out in June looking for a witch's hat to start decorating it. And they come with these amazing witch hats. And I know that, their Christmas parties and some things are kind of legendary in that club. And I think nothing says community more than the North Mecklenburg Women's Club because they know how to do it.
Place to go if you've just moved here.
It is.
And you don't know anybody or what's going on.
And
because you are very welcoming there.
We are. I agree with that. I mean, I always felt welcomed. And I came as a brand new member. I didn't know anyone. I read a little blurb in the paper and I thought, okay, I'm going to go see what this is about. And that was 12 years ago.
Yeah. I kind of did the same thing. And it's really hard to walk into a room full of women that are powerhouses, some of them in our community. And then to know that, the quietest among them are big vice presidents of Bank of America and such, but they're there to have some fun and some social things. And so it can be a little intimidating to walk into one of their meetings, but please know that you're welcome. And it is a great way to connect.
So Debbie, we have actually a new program last year that we started exactly for that reason. Brand new people. It's called our Ambassador Program.
Nice.
So if you're a guest, you are matched with one of our members and you have a seat saved for you. The ambassador stays with you and answers questions throughout the meeting because we recognize that that can be. Some people are, fine, I'm good with anybody I don't know, but others are a little more shy.
I love that.
Yeah, so we started that program last year.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. That's a great idea. It's kind of like the mentoring thing, right?
Yeah.
We all need that. We tried at Hope House to create what we call Hope Coaches. And because our ladies were here, not for a very long time, they said, well, it really wasn't worth the effort. But I think it is worth the effort to connect on any level. People are worth it. And I think that connecting, we talk about this all the time, Margi and I, building a community of women with like-minded skills and like-minded things and values to just connect with each other and pass us wise women could pass on to you young women information that might be helpful for you so you don't make the hard knocks life choices that we've made sometimes. But we really, we value what you both do in the community and what you bring to the table. It's important not only to help support each other, but to help fund us, to help social things, to help mentor. These are really wonderful things that our community, post-COVID especially, needs to rebuild. How did you manage during COVID, Leslie? What happened then?
There was a lot of creative work done by the president at that time. So we had Zoom meetings. Some of our meetings were by Zoom.
Sure.
We had some meetings outdoor in a big space where we could be separated.
Yeah.
And honestly, it just worked. We did, of course, contract, right? I mean, less fundraisers, primarily relying on direct give and some smaller fundraisers that we were able to put together. So it was hard, but we still had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
And we had, speakers come on through Zoom and it worked out pretty well. Very creative on the president's part. She worked very hard. Barb Casper's that way. So.
I don't think there was anybody that wasn't affected by that.
Yeah, theater shut down.
But we learned some really good things too. We learned how to do things differently. And I think that that's one of the takeaway lessons was, I hate that word pivot, but we did, right? We all learned how to do that. And I mean, imagine, with you too, with small businesses, they must have been hit hard, and then a team sport.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
The sports thing was just crazy to me, that they were having to wear masks as they were running outside in the fresh air.
Yeah.
And just seeing, especially some of those athletes that, were struggling with breathing. But yes, I mean, we definitely pivoted, and you have to kind of go with the changes. And I'm just impressed that the business survived during that kind of downturn in the economy, but we're still here to talk about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Wonderful.
That's right.
Yeah.
Teach resilience, right?
What kind of, you sound to me, first impressions, that you're a wise woman full of a lot of resources. What would you want our listeners to know about you, about your organization, about your non-for-profit?
I am a huge connector and collaborator, and you've been talking about the amazing club here in the North Mac Women's Club, and I just think that I've been so grateful to be part of so many amazing networking groups here in the Lake Norman area. I lived in San Diego for 8.5 years. I'm from upstate New York. I've bounced around a little bit, and being here in this area has really been a welcoming haven, really. So I just think there's so many amazing networking groups and people like y'all that are just really welcoming. And I would encourage anybody to just step out and check out the different networking groups, because you could go to one every single day if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And I really do feel like everyone is genuine when they say they want to help you or connect you. And I just love that authenticity that you don't necessarily get everywhere.
Right.
I
agree.
We both have said over the past months, unbelievable how the nonprofits are helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that collaboration.
Yeah,
I love it.
It is. It's just amazing.
Yeah, we do. We are doing a collaboration with several nonprofits for kids in schools. One that does financial literacy, one that helps with feeding in underserved areas, and just raising awareness and raising funds. So I love doing things like that.
Yeah. Well, you did that today by coming on the show with us. Hopefully we've reached an audience that might not have heard about you before. So I'm sure that you're going to get some calls.
Awesome.
I hope, for sure. Lisa, what would you want to leave our listeners with? What are some things you have to contribute?
So I think while we talk about women with common, like-mindedness goals, wanting to help the community, what makes our club work is the diversity of the skills of each of our women, right? So you might not be a tutor, but you may be a great editor. You may not be a great fundraiser. That's not your thing, but you work behind the scenes, setting the fundraisers up or cooking. So many different talents in a group of women are what makes us successful, and their ability to just all gather around one central goal and that mission to help the women and children in our community. I mean, if you're at all interested, hit that join us button on nmwclub.org, and we'll be in touch. Probably might hear from me.
I think that's one of the things that you guys do really, really well is connecting people and pulling people together with, like you said, just one goal in mind of a community is a group of like-minded individuals that come together with a common goal to lift each other up. And I think that the club excels at it. Andrea, I think you're excelling at what you're doing, and I just want to applaud you both for the contributions you make, and that you are putting hope back in the headlines, and you're doing it with a smile. Both of you have been smiling so much. You can tell that you love what you do, and it shows. It shows in the work, and it shows in the contribution. So on behalf of Hope House and myself, and I know Margie and Little Smiles, we're so grateful that you came today and are contributing and are participating and are hope makers.
Thank you for having us on. It's been great.
Been delightful. We told you this wasn't going to be hard, right? No, we're grateful. And Margie, who we got next week? Stump Margie.
Got her.
Come on, Margie, you can do it.
Something with old age.
Oh, okay.
It's right down my alley.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you next week with old age.
Stuart Mado.
Serving you better than ever before.